All right, we'll call the meeting to order. We'll do attendance. We have Mr. Milligan here, we have Mr. Moy here, we have Mr. Percy here, we have Mr. Johnson here today. So we have a quorum. Okay. The September 3rd minutes.
I have a confession to make, and I hope it didn't cause anybody any confusion, but when I sent them out, I didn't delete the draft, so it says draft minutes, but it's not, it's the final minutes. No,
Actually, no, they are.
No.
They become final when we approve them
my
today.
only mistake was that I didn't make.
Would
You
you?
didn't make a mistake. You didn't make a mistake. I
I
move
made a
we,
mistake by saying that it was a mistake, but we're gonna pass on that.
I make the motion, we approve the minutes of
All right.
September 3rd.
Okay, so I get a second on that, Mr. Milligan?
Second,
Okay, good.
You need discussion.
Yes, do we have any discussion?
I have a question.
Shoot.
Is Garen spelled correctly?
Gerren.
It is spelled correctly. All right, I'm done.
Okay, Tom, you have anything?
pardon?
You have any comments?
No,
Okay,
nothing, yeah,
all right. Okay, we'll take a vote on approving the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that's unanimous. Thank you. Okay, good work. Next. Any special update from the town administrator?
No, not other than the mechanic has given notice and we're in the process of advertising for that and beginning interviews as soon as possible. We've had 4 applicants.
Oh, wow,
Which is kind of surprising that quickly.
yeah,
So we're optimistic that's gonna work out well, but right now we have a couple of big repair projects that are outsourced that are at the service shops. So right now, I think it shouldn't be a major problem. We'll see how this fills out.
have
So
you started interviewing yet?
there's one starting any minute.
Pardon?
There's one starting any minute.
Any minute,
well, that's good for candidates,
Yeah.
at least you got somebody who's interested.
So yeah, it turned out.
All
pretty well
right.
for that.
Mechanics, before, we're not gonna get an updated transfer station update, so that's good. We'll have to deal with what we have and what we know, okay? All right, so we have Steve here, so why don't we jump to fire and EMS updates so we can get him out of here and he can go do something useful.
I appreciate that.
No problem, it's not an issue. We're
So
good.
both Steve and I, we met in the last few days. We went through some of the modifications. There were some date changes. And then there was some additions to the plan. The additions being the vents, chairs,
Being what?
the stair chair and Lucas.
What's a Lucas?
This is a CPR device.
Oh, thank you.
So those are things that are capital. Those things in total are $54,000. If you break them down, or $110,000. The 3 vents are $54,000. The 3 stair chairs are $16,500, and the 2 Lucases are $40,000.
So we're talking the EMS piece now.
EMS piece right now.
So for the future on your spreadsheet, do you mind, call it Lucas what?
They're CPR devices.
Lucas CPR device.
Okay,
That way, because anybody reading this is gonna be Lucas, huh?
right.
I think I got the same thing in the board meeting the other night, evidently.
Yeah.
Yeah, so put Lucas CPR device. Or just CPR devices. I don't know if Lucas is a brand name or what it is.
Yeah, it's a brand name.
So you should actually just call it CPR devices.
CPS what?
CPR device will be instead of the word Lucas.
CPR,
Yes, you know CPR. Heart resuscitation. Right?
Cardiopulmonary.
Cardiopulmonary resuscitation, yeah.
So, just to remind you.
So basically,
The
all that-
EMS is an enterprise fund,
yes.
right? So that's
And
why
but this-
it's not included in our little, this stuff. Right,
Well, this is last year's.
Yeah.
That I just wanted you to have to go back to look.
Oh,
at.
that's last
And
year's?
this represents the appropriations that we planned,
okay,
and I just wanted to go back through that,
Alright.
so when we get to
Alright.
that,
So,
so,
but this year is the first year. Sort of kind of that we're using the EMS reserve fund correctly.
Right.
Where what we did is we split the money that the town was putting in, some went to operations, some went to the
Capital?
capital reserve fund. So we're trying to pay for all equipment out of the capital reserve fund. So $85,000 went into this fund this year,
Mm-hmm.
and there was somewhere around 30,000 already in there, so there was like 115,000 in the fund after the 85 went in. And we're gonna have to keep funding this annually. The one thing that we knew that when we started doing the appropriations, the recommended appropriation for this was about 109,000.
Mm-hmm.
We had put 85 in with the intention of, over the 4 years, getting it up to the 109. The addition of the vents and changing some of the life cycles of the ambulances, they were on 15-year cycles. And we're being recommended to move them to 10. It changes the appropriation from 109,000 to 129. So that's a $20,000 increase for the goal. So when you add that into this, it'll increase each year approximately 10 to 15,000 for an appropriation. So instead of going up 10,000 a year, we'll be going up like 20,000 a year.
Right, and so that comes theoretically out of the 180 that we've been.
Well, and that's a conversation we'll be having at the budget committee, because what we're
Right.
finding is the EMS was breaking even, and now it's running a little behind. There's a couple of reasons. One is that we changed billing companies and we're just lagging. We won't know for another month or two
Mhm.
when we're caught up. But we're gonna have to start, because there was never a capital plan as part of the enterprise fund. So it was just like, if we have enough cash, we'll go buy something, and we're gonna
Right.
have to plan a little better, which may mean that 185, which hasn't changed in 6 years, may have to
It
start to
might
change.
start to change, yeah.
So those are conversations we'll have.
So I have a few questions about these numbers, if you.
Sure, go ahead.
First of all, I see you've added vents and stair chairs and Lucas, but I don't see any financial numbers out to the right.
Because in order to do the program as quickly as I had to, I took a line item that we got rid of, which was the stretchers, and put the 3 in, so that $110,000, 530 represents all of them. They all have the same life cycle. So it gives you the annual plan. We will be breaking that down in the
I'm
future.
sorry, but I don't see that. What line item are you talking about?
Says right above vents,
Right
says
above
vents 3.
vents, it says vents, stair chairs, Lucas, yeah?
That's,
Right.
that $110,000 represents the total of the 3 numbers below it.
What 110,000? I don't see 110,000.
And where it says estimated replacement.
In the replacement value column, yeah, all right.
Right, so that represents those 3 numbers below it, and that has, because the life cycle is the same. I just use that as a temporary so we could plan correctly.
So but my question remains, I do see 30,000 on that line for this coming year. And 30 to be expenditure now.
Yeah.
And the $30,000 expenditure the year after, but I see nothing for the next 7 or 8 years after that.
Because there were 7-year lives, right? What did we put, 7 or 8?
On
So
the,
you're saying
On
that's
the vents,
appropriate?
yes, it's appropriate.
You don't expect.
Because we have to
All right.
replace everything in the next 3
Got it,
years.
got it, got it.
We actually just got approved by the select board to spend $18,000
Right.
to
So-
replace the
Lucas.
one Lucas.
So if I hear you correctly, soon you will be apportioning those numbers to the 3 new line items.
Correct.
So that.
Yeah, that number
We
will
won't
break
have
down.
a,
into
right now, we have a
details.
fake line.
We have a line that has, it's a combined line,
It's a-
not,
yeah,
it's not fake,
you're
it's
gonna
just
fix
combined.
that shortly.
Got it,
All right,
correct.
gotcha.
Just,
My
I
next
gotta
question
create new
is-
stuff in my equipment replacement.
Okay, my next question is,
So wait a minute, before we leave
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So what's it gonna look like? Are we gonna have the combined line, or are we gonna have 3 separate lines?
3 separate lines. The combined line will go away
right,
in the next week or 2.
Okay.
right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But those things, those numbers, the 30,000 each year, they'll just be split between 3 things.
So
Yeah.
they'll be broken down.
Yes,
Same total number amount of money.
Everything's
I
the same.
understand what you did.
because we're gonna buy it in the next, over this year and the next 2 years, we're gonna buy all of these. And then we have our life cycle.
Any update on Grafton paying us money? Just
So they're
out
not,
of
we're not trying to necessarily collect, but we gave them a draft invoice for, how much was it? 100?
Almost 65,000.
And that's
64,000.
just for EMS, that doesn't include any of the fire.
Right, just for EMS coverage, yeah.
Yes, so
So-
we're not trying to collect it.
We don't have a contract with them, we're saying you need the budget for it, or we stay out.
Right, so
Yeah.
we're not gonna
So
collect
basically,
any,
we
we're not
won't
gonna
collect
collect
any
any money from the
arrears.
past,
It'd be January 1st that we would start,
but we
technically
want to
getting-
start paying.
So you
starting
put them on
January.
notice.
yes,
With
that's what
that
that is.
invoice, you
It's
put
called
them
a-
on
it's a
notice.
draft
that-
and it's a sample one, just to say, this is what it's costing us for every call.
Right,
Yeah,
gotcha.
And we can't keep doing this for free.
No, we can't. Okay. So if you're ready, my next question is on balance forward. For, it says that we start this year with a balance forward of $31,000 in that dark green area. See it?
Yes,
You quoted a number much higher a few minutes ago.
well, that's the carryover. We're spending some money. The 31,000 was subtracting 54 and that got reduced to 18,000.
What
If you
got-
look,
whoa,
if you
whoa, whoa,
look, if
you're
you
going
look
too
in
fast.
the, if you look in the yellow,
Yeah,
you see a
a
bracketed
54,000.
54,000.
yeah.
That number, we're only buying 18. I forgot
So
to
that's
change
gonna
it
go
to
to
18
18,000.
before those
So that
next
number
two
needs to be
30s.
changed, all right? And if
Correct.
that number changes to 18,000,
Right,
then the 31,000 number goes up somewhat.
yes,
Maybe, I don't know, around 50K or something like
Yeah.
that. Again, I think you quoted a much higher number a few minutes.
well, what I didn't do, and I just noticed it, was if you look at the 0 up above,
Yeah,
there's about 30K in carryover from last year, so it'll go up like
Oh,
70 or 80.
the yellow 0 will become about 30,000.
Yes,
All right, in which case, the 31,000 number in the dark green area for
it's
the
going to
coming year
change,
is gonna go up to close to 100K.
yes.
And that's more like the number I heard you quote.
Well, no, the 110 minus 18.
We don't have to be exact.
No, I'm saying, but generally
But
110 minus 18, so it'll be like 92,000.
There you go. All right, I can buy that.
Yeah.
Whatever it works out when you do the
Right.
detail, but I noticed there was a big difference
Yep,
between.
no, that's,
was
you're correct.
printed
I was
and
just
what you
looking and I
said.
realized I missed those two items.
All right,
So,
now, the next thing is, the plan for this year says 129,203, yet the line items that says warrant to capital reserve is only 100 even. Are you saying we're gonna
I have
fall
to-
29 short of what we should be
Yes.
saving? Okay,
well,
and does it ever catch up?
well, the goal is in 5 years, it has to catch up, and I have to update this because this was based
This
on the
doesn't.
previous number. And
Yeah.
at the 5 years, I gotta catch up with the new number.
And this
We
does
just
not
got the new
catch up.
number yesterday, the 129, when we finished calculating.
So what are we gonna do about that? Are we still going forward with 100,000 proposed
No,
for this
it's gonna-
year?
well, I'm gonna increase it. Here's where we are and first of all, we look at the capital plan. Does it work? What is the appropriation we have to have?
Right,
When we get to the last meeting, which right now we have planned for October 16th. That's when we will be coming in and saying, these are the appropriations we're going, because this one. And fire. We were supposed to increase the total capital outlay by 116,000 a year. That's why I brought this.
yeah, I got you. I remember the
Okay.
catch-up plan, yeah.
So when we increased it 116,000, we knew when we went to vote last year, we were increasing our bond for the roads, and we were gonna have to move most of the 116 to the roads.
Whoa.
Okay, so the problem is, are we gonna be able, we're gonna go up 116 every year, but are we gonna have to slide one of these? Like, we don't move this one more than the 100,000, and the next year is gonna have to get a little more of an increase. And we might have to spread it out that way, and these are things that on October 16th, when we kind of have the draft plan in front of us. With Carrie Ann, we'll be talking about the financial implications and saying, okay, we gotta cut $50,000 out of appropriations or whatever it is. Okay, and the budget committee can do that, but
I
want.
understand that process, they need to do it, October 16th might be a little late in the budget season to start, to see that draft. for
No,
the first
because
time.
I don't think so, because it's,
Okay.
right now, we're.
Because he doesn't have to do it.
Because it's the warrant, the items that are gonna be, warrant articles. Are a bottom line light item in the budget, we're not too.
You're looking at the warrant article deadline,
Later.
but I'm thinking about the need to have this plan completed and documented and published by early November.
And
This plan by
this-
early
this will
November.
be.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
if we're done by the 16th is.
We're not, gonna be- he didn't say we're gonna be done by the 16th.
No, I'm
He said
saying-
we'll see the first draft.
No,
of it.
no, you're gonna see
It's
the
gonna be
draft, but we're gonna
complicated.
sit here in a work session and
Yeah.
actually get the numbers.
Trust me,
finalized.
that's not easy.
I
Balancing
understand,
all
but
those balls,
we're up for it.
you're not necessarily
But
gonna
the-
be, well, we'll have
But
to
the
be.
thing is, warrant
just pointing it
article,
out, just so-
the warrant articles aren't typically in the budget committee till the second half of of November or into December.
True,
So what I mean, so we want to make sure when we have the warrant articles that we say, this is what the budget, the CIP is recommending.
Yeah.
And that's all we have to get to. And then they may do whatever they're gonna do.
understood. So I'm just worried that October
Oh.
16th to start looking at the draft could be tight. We'll have to deal with
I
it.
think
Just keep
you're
that in
gonna be, the most you're gonna do is one meeting after that, and
Yeah.
I think we could finish it that night, because if you said,
I hope
we're
you're
gonna
right.
cut this one out of this,
That
and
would
this.
be nice.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
sit here
yeah.
with the computer. I didn't bring my computer tonight because they did an update
Ha.
and they put in so much protection that I can't work on anybody else's Wi-Fi. So I gotta get them to
Okay.
undo that so I can
Okay.
actually bring my computer.
So let's go back, man. So you need to make a bunch of changes to the EMS sheet. You need to
It's-
change
well,
last
it's
year's
like-
starting balance. The 54K goes to 18.
Yeah, once I do those, there's three things I have to
Split
fix.
the three lines, split the consolidated line into
Yeah.
three, so this whole sheet's gonna be totally different.
Not really. It'll be about five things. And they won't amount to much difference. It'll amount to about $60,000 worth of carryover difference.
Okay,
Okay,
so Steve,
Um,
are you done? Yep.
yeah.
You got more?
yeah, nope. The numbers were not matching with what I heard.
I'm good, how are you?
Okay. Alright, you okay with this plan,
I
the
am.
way it stands?
Yeah,
You think this is gonna give you guys what you need?
yeah,
Okay,
it gets us on the right track, you know what I mean?
okay, understood.
We can, everything we needed to provide quality care throughout, well, this will keep us in line,
Okay,
that means.
and from a financial standpoint, is that something you should think about, or is that just?
Well, realistically, it comes down to what we said last year through the budget process was. I know that this year, if we follow the capital plan. Continue to fix revenue that has been reduced because of fake revenue that was in the budget. Those two items represent a 5% increase every year for 2 more years.
Mhm.
Okay, because we gotta make up for 150,000 a year in revenue that we're not gonna be collecting. So that's 3%, and 2%, so 116,000 is about 2%. So to make up the capital and to make up those, that's the 5%. Right now, we're at about 6% on the expense budget, so that's the part we gotta get more in line with 4.5%.
I did not understand what you just said about fake revenue, 150,000 we're not gonna get.
There was several revenue
None of that
items
rings
in the
bell.
budget, and one of the the one that's the best easily explainable. Is, if you looked in the budget line items, there was always a line item for. Delinquent tax collection revenue on the
okay,
revenue
I
side.
got it, yeah.
It's a double calculation because we're always short. About $250,000 in the
gotcha.
current year,
I got you.
and we were budgeting for collecting that.
I
Which
gotcha.
means we're short $250,000 in revenue every
Okay.
year.
And I
That was just
understand.
how it was working, so we have to slowly take that out. And the total of all the things that are like that really aren't collectible was about
150K.
$600,000 last year. We got rid of 300 of it this year.
Whoa,
We gotta do another 150
that
this
much?
year, and we gotta do another 150 next year. So we're slowly reducing those items. And as we get through that, like after, this is the 26 budget, so after the 27 budget, we will no longer, our revenues will be good year to year.
revenues you can really
I would-
expect to
yeah.
realize.
Yeah.
Mm,
If we
I
could
didn't
just
know
stay
that. Thank you.
focused on getting Steve out of
Yep,
here.
yep, yep.
So you're good with what we got here. Financially, we'll figure that out. I just have one other quick question. Are you seeing an uptick in service requirements or steady or for the EMS services?
For our call volume,
Yeah,
we've gone up a little this year. I didn't pull those numbers.
no, that's fine,
so
yeah.
I believe the last set of numbers I had, we were up 40 calls. Yeah, 40 calls for the year.
And that's,
Our transfers are up. So,
Okay,
and transfers being up is our goal.
Yeah.
Because we now have, he's been hiring several new EMS per diems. So we're
Right.
getting more people, which means we can do more calls.
right, and is that transfers I get, that's from anywhere, and we get paid for those no matter what goes on?
yeah,
Right, the Grafton thing is a whole other category
That's a
of
whole
thing
different
where we're providing.
That will reduce
Service.
us, that will reduce us 40 calls if we no longer serve them.
yeah.
Well, that's, but it would also then reduce your manpower requirements.
Right, but per diems, that's the beauty of per diems.
Yeah.
Because we just schedule.
No, I
what we
understand.
need, so.
I'm just,
We haven't increased manpower to handle those calls.
okay,
We just thin ourselves out.
all right, and just one quick thing. When do we think we would have a answer from Grafton about their intent?
Oh, I think you'll hear the explosion the first time they talk about it. And then my guess would be October, November, realistically.
Mhm.
The
Because they
selectmen
gotta be
really
putting
need
it in
to-
the budget. We met with the one selectman and the one person who runs the EMS over there. And went through this and they understood it, they agreed, and they were taking it back.
Okay,
I think the selectmen on both towns need to sit together.
Well, I think they gotta have their conversation and look at that, and then we gotta sit down and say, do you wanna work out a contract? Cause we have a contract with Orange, we gotta look at it.
I understand.
So.
No, that's okay. So we think that sometime by the end of November, we'll have an answer one way or the
Well,
other.
Technically, they have to be 100% done before by the time we're done anyway, because they gotta have their ballot articles done, so we'll know what their budget is.
Mhm.
So I would expect they would be pretty much done in December, and they're gonna have to look at it, cause as of. My guess is they won't wanna choose a contract, they'll choose it per call, and then they'll tell them not to call us often. Is what'll happen, we'll end up doing 20 calls, but we may get reimbursed.
Yeah, well, okay. All right, gotcha. Great. Next, fire department.
Fire department's a different conversation as far as changes go.
Okay, go ahead.
It's what?
A little different conversation that based on our meeting yesterday. And you can go through, because it's basically, it's an operational change. We knew we have the engine two ordered. And we're gonna be ordering, what are we ordering this year?
This year we ordered the engine two,
Right, and then,
so
next year we'd have to order. The next vehicle coming in because our tanker is ancient.
Meaning we need to order engine one, is that it? No, the
No,
tank,
tanker.
okay,
Well, no. The tanker's the position we're using. We're not ordering another tanker. You
Oh, we're
go
not.
through the operation.
Right.
release.
go ahead.
so it's a little confusing. Alright, so we've replaced engine two here, or we're in the process
ordered,
of
yep.
replacing it. Engine two's coming in, we ordered a 2,500 gallon engine. Our tanker right now is 1,800 gallons on it. So. Instead of replacing it, at this point, I mean, it's already 2003. So it was due to be replaced quite a while ago. We're gonna keep the tanker. Wait a minute, I'm sorry, I'm going backwards here.
All right.
We're gonna get rid of the tanker,
We're gonna decommission the tanker.
decommission it. We're gonna order, instead of ordering a replacement for engine one. The thought process is to look at ordering a ladder. For here,
A ladder.
a ladder truck, yeah.
Back to the ladder truck.
I said it was gonna be a different
Back to
conversation.
the ladder truck. Here we go. Back to the ladder truck
I
here.
heard that, but we're.
No.
we're
that's
towns
it.
away.
No, it's just that I just knew where it was gonna go because we went through this conversation back and forth last year.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Oh, yeah, we did.
You know, it's okay. So, all right, so we're gonna phase out the tanker, or we're gonna trade it in, sell it? What are we gonna do with it?
We're gonna phase out the tanker,
Okay,
cause the problem is lead times on. the stuff
sure,
now.
understood.
So how will the ladder truck take the place of the tanker?
So what will happen is by the time we get the ladder in. Engine two will be here. Engine two's got 2,500 gallons on it. So basically, if we run it like that, our new rescue that we had ordered. Was ordered when, last year or year before?
Yeah.
The rescue's got 400 gallons on it. So. When we're said and done
Oh,
and we make these changes,
Said he wasn't coming.
we're gonna be at 4,400 gallons of water on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we sit at 3,800 gallons of water on the road, and that's even phasing out the tanker.
Okay, so the tanker is a phase out.
Yeah.
We're rethinking the cost of the engine one to make it a ladder truck, which is gonna put us in the 1,200,000 range.
Well, it's actually, the new estimate is 1,375.
Oh, it is one, there it is, okay, 150.
So, and I just did a
You got optimistic, Chad.
I finally got a turnaround back on that,
Yeah,
so we can
No,
push
no,
that
it's
out a
30
year. Because it's not a 3-year turnaround, it's a 2-year turnaround.
okay.
What does he need?
Well, we
He
have,
needs a set
we
of
have,
spreadsheets.
we have the first payment of hitting in 2028, might be 2029 then,
First payment for engine one.
yeah.
29.
Well, 28 is the first payment, which means we get it in 28. So if we are ordering it in 27, we won't get it till 29, so I can
Right.
slide that back a year.
Yep.
So-
Mess up your numbers, I'm sorry.
That's okay, that goes,
No, that-
this is the purpose of this meeting.
Yeah.
To get,
to talk
because
about it.
now we're at the place where it's just entering in dates, it's
Right.
easy.
So I mean, I totally understand the like, all of a sudden it's been like a downfall, like they've ordered a new rescue. We've ordered a new engine this year, then we're looking at another truck that's aging out and we're like, it should be ordered next year. So like to try to space it out is part of my thought process as well, so it's not heavy as an impact of boom, boom, boom. We went a really long time without doing, just kind of sitting idle. And now we have like trucks that have aged out already.
Yeah.
So,
That's the town in general.
It feels like, look, we've been, the last several years, we've been working on highway in effect.
yeah,
If you really think about it, where we've been
Yeah.
trying to catch up.
Mhm.
And if now we're trying to do the same thing here, that's a good thing, that's not a bad thing.
Right, well, and the difference,
Sorry.
one thing different
As long as
about,
we're thoughtful about it,
oh,
Mm-hmm.
believe me.
that's all we could do,
I'm
right?
And
driving jet nuts.
That's okay.
no, yeah, we'll see, thanks.
But,
But the thing to keep in mind with fire equipment,
yeah,
there's a magic date of expiration where they really don't count it as certified, and that's 20 years.
uh-huh,
And we're beyond that.
So it drops your ISO.
It actually drops our ISO.
well,
rates,
yeah,
it
but there's
drops-
only so much we could do, because it's a 2-year lead
So
time.
what I'm saying is the goal is we gotta make sure we're not going past 20 years with these things, and we're past it with a couple,
Right.
so we're trying to
Yeah.
gently as we can, get out of that.
Yeah,
So I have a couple of questions. The ladder truck you are looking at, does that carry water too?
Yeah,
That's 500 gallons.
500 gallons.
Yes, 500 gallons in a waterway,
What does our old engine one have for water?
1,000 gallons.
Oh, so we're losing 500 gallons on engine one. And we're losing
We're gonna replace out.
1,800 from the tanker.
but the reality is when he was talking, we get the 4,400 gallons with the ladder truck and getting rid of the other one, or are you counting engine
That's what he
one?
said.
So we're keeping engine one.
Right, so engine one,
Oh, you're gonna keep
yes,
the old engine one?
And then when we go and we're gonna actually
Oh.
replace engine one at some point and get the water replaced with that. We're, instead of replacing the
Oh.
tanker, we're gonna replace engine one.
Okay. So when the ladder truck comes in, engine one doesn't go away.
No,
Engine one won't go away.
all right, but engine,
And
Oh.
we don't want it to go.
It didn't make sense
Yeah.
to me how you got the 4,400 gallons on the road.
Yeah,
Because I thought engine one would get, I'll say, traded in. when
no,
we-
the tanker's
right,
the
but
one
that
that's
would be
going.
getting rid of 2 trucks, so we would,
Yeah.
and that would be
we
28
can't-
right now.
That was gonna be my other
Exactly.
question.
Yeah, no,
Can we really get by getting rid of 2 trucks?
no,
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 we're getting
and
rid
the
of
plan
one.
isn't to get rid of them,
All
so
right,
like, yes, the tanker will eventually go,
fine.
right? But by keeping the 2 engines and a ladder. Even if we do mutual aid places, right, and we send out a mutual aid piece. To another town and we have something in town, we'll still have an engine and the ladder to respond to it.
And what were you telling me that we're doing a lot of mutual aid for the ladder from Lebanon
We do a lot from Lebanon, we pull them on any of our structure fires.
because of ladders?
all right, so let's.
So when would
We
we,
do
Sorry,
any
Tom.
structure fire,
Yeah.
excuse me.
They're right now, they're on our run card for all the structure fires. There's targeted buildings that I'm working on doing, so we're not getting them for like a mobile home where we don't need it.
That's what I'm getting at. We have a
Right.
lot of 1-story ranches and mobile homes and whatever. You don't need a ladder truck for
Right.
that.
Exactly, so we're trying to, I'm trying to work on that, cause originally for some reason it was automatically coming to everything.
Any structure fire was automatic, call on Lebanon, bring the ladder over.
Ladder and
That's
an
crazy.
engine, so,
Uh,
yeah,
All right, good, Tom,
Yeah.
Tom,
when is the plan to order the ladder truck?
The ladder truck would be ordered in 27, delivered in 29.
Okay.
okay, so let's go back. Right now, the way this sheet reads, it says engine one, 1,375,000, that's not accurate. We're keeping engine one,
Well,
we're, we're keeping engine one, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. What we're really doing is we're phasing out the tanker and replacing that really with a ladder truck.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really what you're doing, yeah, basically.
That's what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So we'll have engine one, we'll have engine two, which is on order, we'll have engine one, which is still here. And then in 2 years, we're gonna have a new engine truck with a ladder.
which will be the engine two, because engine two's, the one we have now is going.
Yeah.
Which one is,
Right.
which one?
Engine two's going.
The
Engine
old
two
engine
is
two
going.
goes when we get the new engine two.
Engine two is gonna be replaced, it's in this plan.
Yeah, yeah.
It's ordered.
Yeah.
Okay. What's gonna happen to engine two when the new one shows up?
What will happen to engine two?
Yeah, the current engine two.
Engine two goes away.
Goes away, where's it going?
Trade in.
No,
or sell.
Trade over.
Trade in
Trade over
something.
When the new one.
When the
Okay.
new one arrives.
Yeah.
So the old engine two is gonna be traded in, sold, something.
Yeah,
Okay,
That's the one
Right.
the lights go out when they go on calls.
that's all right. Okay, so that's fine, and we've got that ordered, right? The next thing we're doing is, instead of engine one, we're gonna keep engine one.
yeah,
This was part of our convoluted discussion. He said, I want to move that one into that position for timing, and I just have to change the names.
Well, I think we're
So-
keeping engine one,
Right.
right? So that has a value and it has a replacement time frame.
Mhm.
When is that? You're gonna put that in for engine one, we'll have, here's what we're doing with engine one.
Well, the day we buy with the replacement of engine one, which will be in 2035. We'll be replacing that at that point.
Right, so the
Okay.
engine one stays,
Keep engine one until 2035.
that's correct.
which will put it at 24 years.
Right,
Yeah.
well, that was the dates we
Yeah.
had, so.
No, and that's why the whole plan kind of works, because I mean, at this point, engine two is a 1998, so.
So
it's
you need to
already-
add, you need to add another line.
Yeah,
Well, no, I'm just, and this is what we weren't sure about. From a timing perspective, he said, let's put the ladder up in that spot.
Can we please have one person talking at a time?
So when we were having the conversation yesterday the next buy we were gonna make was replacing engine one, which we needed to. But we were gonna put the ladder in there and then slide that down. Basically, the line item that I would be taking out of here is the tanker.
Well, you wouldn't take it out because it's being phased down, and we don't know
Exactly, right.
when.
Can
it's
I
being-
make-
That's what I know, I just wanted to see.
So
if you
what
wanna
we really
leave
need
that
to
in
do
there.
is we need to add another
That's
line,
my suggestion.
That's
Add a
fine.
line.
call it
We'll add a
engine
line
three if
after-
you like.
Call it the ladder.
Well, it'll be ladder after
New,
engine
new
two.
line ladder truck.
It would be engine three ladder truck, because what
Right.
you're gonna have is, you're gonna have
Right.
the ladder, engine one will be around till 35.
Right,
Engine two is gonna show up in 29.
Yep.
Engine three, which is the ladder truck,
Right.
engine three
Right.
will show up
29.
in 29
I
as
agree
well,
with you.
okay?
That's what you.
That's
Right.
fine. That's
So that's
easy.
what we need to
That's what you
do.
need to do. I
And
agree.
then the tanker phases out.
Yeah, but keep it in its own
It'll
line
be-
and. let
it's
it
just
Keep it in
when
its
it's
own
replaced.
line, so we don't lose
Yeah.
track that we have a tanker
Right,
pulling.
right.
right,
Okay,
Yeah,
that's perfect.
Ladder pumper.
And that won't be any change to
Yeah,
the plan other than adding that line and we'll just shuffle those around and
Right.
everything will stay where it is.
So will the new engine two be here next year?
Was it next year or the year after?
The new engine two is 3 years out
Three from now,
from now, we just ordered it like a
Oh,
month. ago,
28.
28.
So 28.
Mention that, terrible lead times, yeah. One more question.
Yeah.
Last year was the justification for spending the extra money for a ladder truck was called into question. How has that changed? Do we have more justification to spend more money to get a ladder truck? Do we have, is it justified?
I
Extra
mean,
money.
for what we have for residents and commercial buildings. Yeah, I mean, look at the schools for an example. I mean, there's one, the backside of Cardigan Mountain is 4 stories.
Right,
We have a lot of large structures and a lot of new homes going into town that are 2-3 story homes.
Backside of Goose Pond, that gated community,
Yeah, oh
those
god,
are all one that's going in right now. The foundation is 4 stories.
The foundation?
The
down the
foundation,
hillside.
the
so-
back wall of the
Yeah,
foundation
yeah,
is 4 stories. It's going to have an elevator.
oh,
And I don't know how
Very
many, there's a talk, was 2 to 3 above, so you're talking
Yeah.
on the pond side, 7 stories.
On the pond side, yeah.
Yeah,
But you wouldn't go on the pond side with a fire truck, you'd come up on the street side.
but
Right.
from the street side, you're gonna
It'd
have
be
to have a
short.
ladder just to reach.
See, it's not just height, it's
It's
You're
horizontal.
gonna have that
There's
horizontal
distance reach.
reach as
Okay.
well.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Like the one thing he told me yesterday that we've done on multiple occasions. You do river rescues with the ladder truck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do them, so you can go, if your operator knows how to run it, right, we can set up on a grade and actually tilt the truck and be able to get the stick, is what they call it, right, down to the river. To be able to pull out, because you have so much weight you can lift with your ladder.
And the ladder truck you're looking at will fit the garage, right?
It'll fit in the garage, yeah, we did some figuring, so, I mean, the benefits of ladder trucks, especially where we're looking at a ladder truck that's carrying water, it's gonna have 500 gallons on it. That'll take a room and contents fire if we need to, right? Normally, that's what we can put it out with. If we set up where we have a building that's gonna get fully involved. We can wash 2 sides of it with a ladder at least normally. Depending on where you set your ladder, sometimes you can get, we can get to the roof with it to cut vent holes. And this one's gonna have a waterway, so we can actually use the waterway from the table. Right, so the table is at the top where you stand to operate the ladder. You can use the waterway, you can spray from the table.
Can you spray from the ladder?
You can spray from the ladder, you can move the ladder around, there's controls at the.
Or you have to haul a hose up there?
No, we are not gonna
It's
pull
all
11 in. That is so
Oh,
dangerous.
road desking, yeah.
Yeah, that is so dangerous. I see. them
I
doing
agree,
it, and
I
it's
agree, I
dangerous.
agree, piece on that.
So there's a lot of multi-functions with it when you get to the scene, to do rescues with it. So I've been trained. I've worked for other agencies where the golden standard and the only way you could be a driver operator of a ladder truck is you need to be able to be on scene as soon as you pull your air brakes. You need to have that stick off from the rack in under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And you can do it, if a trained operator, like I can do it. And I'm not running, I can do it in under 2 minutes. To perform a rescue on a burning building.
The other comment that was made last year regarding this extra cost, this might fall more to you than the fire department, but was that, yes, Cardigan Mountain School has multiple buildings that are over 2 stories. We had been told in past years that up to 2 stories, you don't really need a ladder. Anything over 2, you really need it, for sure. So we only had a few buildings in town, like 3 or 4 that were more than that story outside of Cardigan Mountain. So the talk last year was if Cardigan Mountain is a big part of the justification for spending an extra $200,000-300,000 for a ladder truck, perhaps we should approach Cardigan Mountain for a little more financial assistance with buying this truck.
And we have every intention of doing that. There's
Okay.
things that we have to go meet with
That's what I
them.
wanted to hear. Yep.
There's multiple things that we have to talk to them about. And we need to open the lines of communication.
Yeah, we
again.
do.
And there's a bunch of different things that we need to talk about.
Well, I would
because
encourage you to do that because
Yeah,
they
no,
are a
there's
big
no
part of
question.
justification in this town.
There's no
Other
question.
than that,
we need
there's
to-
the red apartment building that's 4 stories high and a couple few others. maybe
The
a little-
block.
But not a lot more.
Most of downtown here,
Yeah,
Okay.
almost every
The
building on
library.
downtown,
Yeah, okay.
the library.
Peace, enough said.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Chimney fires are huge with a ladder.
Oh,
It makes it so much safer.
Ah.
I mean, do you go up on your roof in the wintertime?
Yeah.
We do. So, I mean.
I don't go up on the summertime.
Chimney fires here.
well, one of the other issues simply that so much of your new construction is manufactured timbers, which is a minimum 50% glue. When they start to burn, they burn rapidly
fast.
and lose strength rapidly.
right.
You can have catastrophic failure within 15 minutes
Well,
on a wood beam.
Yeah.
At 1200 degrees, 12 to 15, a wood beam
Yep.
will char 1-inch thick and cease to burn.
Yeah.
So when you start adding the fuel all the way through these manufactured beam lamp and stuff,
I'm
it's
familiar with that.
dangerous.
Yeah. Okay,
All right, so
Back
let's
to
just
that.
make sure we're all on the same page. the.
So just in a summary, real quick, sorry.
Yeah, go
Just
ahead.
what this did is this changed the recommended appropriation by 40,000, but because even if we get a grant like from Cardigan Mountain for 300,000 for the one-time purchase, we still have to plan for replacements.
Understood.
So I just wanted to make.
So is that 40 in the 170 number shown in
No.
The no, well, we gotta, no, because
or is that gonna go up?
it's gonna go up.
All right, this is
To
gonna
the tank,
change a little
yeah.
bit. So, okay, the tanker, we're not gonna replace that ever. That will eventually phase out at some point in time. Right?
True, yep.
Okay. And does it have any value at any point in time to anybody else?
Highway for water in the roads when they grade,
It's okay, I'm just,
seriously.
it's okay.
As long as it doesn't have holes in it, reality is letting it lay around, even if we're gonna go to a big fire, it's like, all you gotta do is, if you can get it there and get it home, that's all it does.
Okay,
Except you
so,
won't have room for it in the building.
well, we're
anymore.
gonna get to the
Yeah,
garage in a minute.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
get to the garage in a
yeah,
minute. We haven't gotten there yet.
okay.
I wanna make sure I understand what's going on with the vehicles first, and then we'll talk
Yeah,
the space,
yeah,
storage
okay,
space.
all right.
Okay, because we're not there. Yeah. Alright, so, alright, that's gonna phase out, but we're gonna keep it around. Is the thought. Okay. Alright, engine one, the current engine one, we're gonna keep around, and that's gonna be phased out by 2035.
Not phased out, replaced.
Replaced.
Yeah,
It'll be
2035.
replaced in 2035.
Correct,
So that'll be, so we'll always have an engine one.
yes.
Is that right?
Yep,
Okay. Engine two, we just ordered,
yep.
and that's gonna be here shortly, couple of years.
Right.
A couple of years,
I know, right?
it will be here.
It's crazy, you.
Well, that's
Hey, fire truck years.
Alright, what's gonna happen to the current engine two when that shows up?
That'll be trade sold it, sold.
Okay,
sold it,
so
you know.
all
Trade up, sure.
traded.
The cold, you mean engine one?
No, I mean
No,
engine
engine
two.
two.
Engine two,
Two.
Engine two that we
That's
have
correct.
one ordered
the
for.
one that's already ordered.
Oh, yeah, oh, when that
Yeah,
comes in.
the
When that
replacement,
comes in,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
I was,
That's
Engine
engine two.
one, when that gets replaced in 2035,
yeah, we're not keeping engine two.
we'll figure that out, but we're getting rid of engine two.
Yes.
When the other one comes in,
Right.
right? So we'll still have an engine one. We'll now have a replaced engine two, which is good for 20 years. Right? And we're gonna buy now an engine three,
Yep,
which is the ladder truck.
yep.
And that's gonna show up in 2029,
That's the plan.
right? Okay. So then we will have an engine one, an engine two, and an engine three.
Right.
And a phased out tanker. So we will have three engines.
We'll also have a one.
No, we'll have three total engines,
Three total engines at that point in time.
whereas right now we only have two total engines.
One of them will be a ladder.
It'll be two engines and a ladder.
The ladder truck is a different name, you just call it a ladder.
Oh,
Yeah.
we were thinking of it as engine three, right?
It's just a ladder.
It's a
They're
ladder
they're
truck.
considered, they're
It's not.
branded out as
Engine
ladder
three.
trucks, so
Because,
they've got
Alright.
500 gallons of water and a pump on them.
and they're built, they call these quints, which are basically a shorter version of ladder truck, where it's built more on a regular engine type of chassis, so they're not longer trucks. They still have the.
You're on the
But
right track.
they're, but
It's
they're
just the
more
name.
expensive.
They're more expensive
Oh, yeah.
because of the ladder and the strength and all
So
that.
for just conversation purposes, to say we're gonna have three basic,
Three fire
We're
trucks.
gonna have three fire trucks,
Yeah,
two engines and a ladder.
right, whereas right now we
Good.
have two fire trucks and a tanker.
Right.
right,
Right.
right.
In the future, we'll have three fire trucks and a tanker sitting around.
Right, not being
Gone,
replaced, not
or-
financed.
Well, it won't be costing us anything. It'll be sitting in somewhere. Okay. Is that accurate?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Okay. Where are we gonna put all these things?
Wait a minute, in the,
Where are we gonna put all these
in
things?
the minutes, we said if we're not gonna use it, we didn't wanna repair it. So you're gonna keep the tanker repaired or not?
It's gonna be unrepaired unless it's minor repairs. If it becomes anything major, that just goes away. But the reality is,
I'm okay.
they've already done the calculation of where they're gonna be, and there's one trailer in there that they're gonna have to move, and they will fit all of us inside.
Yeah,
Yeah, the trailer doesn't have to live inside, and we have the ability to do a stretcher on the back. very easily.
Yeah.
And then that trailer doesn't have water on it, doesn't have anything, it's got the boat. It's got our water rescue stuff, but as long as we have it clear and available, it doesn't matter if it's cold, it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
We're not looking at a
It goes
freeze.
out. Are you saying you can put it outdoors?
We give, as long as it's undercover.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
undercover,
Yeah, no,
so
we're,
it doesn't get filled with snow and ice.
right, because that's when we're gonna want
Right.
that trailer, right?
Right,
So we use
right.
it for both water rescue and we have
Right.
ice water.
So if not indoors, then where? Undercover?
We have Connex boxes outside, out back.
What's a Connex spot?
Your shipping
Shipping
boxes,
Oh, shipping containers.
So-
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
back it in
So
there.
we have a way we can back,
If
we
you
have
can
a
fit
way
it in
we
there?
can set them across.
All right,
and,
okay,
Yeah.
all right,
It doesn't need to be heated, it doesn't need to be. lit,
understood,
it doesn't-
yeah, I understand that, yeah, yeah.
And then everything will fit depth wise, yeah. Yep, everything will fit depth wise, with probably a slight modification to, we have a balcony up there that we use for storage, that is kind of a catch-all.
Mhm.
That can pretty much be gone. Cause it is a catch-all. And we'll have to modify just like the stairwell side in order to get enough length and to put rescue and engine one in the same. Okay, same place.
Okay. Yeah, everybody good? Go ahead, go ahead.
That last point, rescue and engine one in the same bay?
Yeah.
So. Kate, does that mean the one in front blocks the one in back? You gotta move one
So,
up to
We
leave or
live that in a ways.
you do?
Yep.
Alright,
We've here, they've always done it, so like their rescue is in front of the tanker.
I put it in a tanker, I understand, yeah.
Well,
But
yeah,
yeah,
but
but you
so-
still gotta get the rescue out fast.
So at the time where engine one. Will be a second due piece, because we'll have engine two
Yeah,
as a first due and the ladder as a first due. So we stack them appropriately in order to do first due, like right now.
you'll be
engine one
okay,
is-
bottom line, you don't need to be in your underwear.
You don't wanna.
You'll be
this
okay.
bad.
You'll be okay.
Yeah,
With two trucks in the same bed.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's you.
Okay, so we're done with you.
So I just
think-
have. I just
But
have-
no,
I'll need a couple of these numbers, I'll put that line.
but no, I don't want you to leave, because I want your input on something. In a minute.
okay,
If you could give us a few more
Sure.
minutes, okay.
yeah,
Can we now go to government buildings? Right, and while we have you here. At some point in time, there was a discussion about adding on to the barn back there. Right?
Yeah.
About, increasing the size so we can do cleaning and other things. And now that we're gonna have all these. 3 vehicles in there and things that need to be put under boxes of some kind or other, whatever you're talking about. Is there any thought about, revisiting that? And adding on to what we currently have. On that building?
On the garage building.
Yes,
The highway garage.
The answer is yes.
okay,
I don't believe that the original plan of putting a single line bay on this side of it is the best option. We actually, where we're all parked in the back, we just put in all new gravel. Realistically, that should be a barn for the vehicles. In the back, it should be a separate building in the back, and then all the trucks would be all set. We're gonna start looking into what's gonna be involved with that.
is
300,000 won't do the addition back there anyway. I mean,
Right.
That's what's in.
We knew that.
Or, no, that
Yeah,
would
we
have
knew
been.
that.
like 4 years
So
ago.
right now, operationally, that wouldn't be the best solution. And based on my conversations between fire, police. At some point, we're gonna end up. Either doing something on this building or doing something offsite for one of those services, realistically, whether it's police, fire. Because we're running out of space, we're running out of everything, plus we have town hall needs, so we're gonna have to kind of rethink the whole arrangement. I don't have any idea what that's gonna mean,
Mhm.
but we need to start doing some analysis to say. This is what we're gonna look like 10 and 40 years from now on the fire side, on the police side. And what are we gonna need? And I think. Realistically, I think given that these buildings are. I don't know, 15 years, 20 years old in that neighborhood. We didn't do much future thought in any of this. We did whatever the minimum we could
Understood.
fit in, because the other problem we have with the ambulance especially, if we buy a new ambulance, it doesn't fit in our base. We've got the transport truck because that's a smaller vehicle, but if we buy a regular, like off the shelf ambulance, it's not fitting in there.
Really?
Yes,
First time I've ever heard that.
it's like they don't fit. We'd have to actually buy a cutoff one where it looks like a box gonna
Yes.
fall over.
Holy shit. Nobody ever said that
Yeah,
before.
no, so there's a lot of evaluation that needs to happen. And I don't know what it's gonna look like going forward. I just, it's kind of interesting. It's almost like, we're gonna have to look at the fire. Do we have to build 4 bays for the fire department out back and then a couple of bays for highway? We kind of split the building in half. And then having a situation where the ambulances might have to sit where the current fire trucks sit, like, we don't know. Or are we gonna have to, I don't know, it's just, there, like I said, future planning was not out there.
So should we leave
Yeah.
something in there then for the garage, whatever the garage turns out to look like?
The answer is
Should we
yes.
Put some money in here,
Well,
For that? can we? I mean,
I'm
not
gonna
having a
say-
plan.
If we assume, and then the residents are gonna kill us, if we assume that we're gonna do this the right way, and we're gonna say, we need a couple of ambulance fire bays, and we need 6 highway bays. Okay, whatever that number comes into, we're gonna talk $1 million for a building.
Mhm.
Okay, 1.2 million, 1.5 million, and that's a basic. And the question is, you're not gonna do that paying cash. It's gonna be a 20-year at least bond. And then making a plan for that. But we have to get some order of magnitude. We gotta actually have somebody come in and do a little bit of analysis and start to look at, because realistically, we need a feasibility analysis that ties in town hall, police, fire, EMS, and highway, and say, what do we need for buildings? And how are we gonna do this? Or do we have to go offsite? Do we tear down the log cabin and put a police department in town? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I have no idea, but we have to start looking outside the walls we have, if we're gonna have something 20 years from now that's gonna work.
Well, that's why I wanted to start this conversation,
Right.
because it's apparent to me, just from what we're seeing, that what we've got is not gonna work.
Well, and I can tell you, like at town hall, we
Ultimately, it's not gonna work.
we basically, and Carrie Ann has been really proactive with this, but with our files and stuff, she started scanning a bunch of stuff. Because we have no room in town hall, but we still have to keep all of that stuff. So we're actually up on the 3rd floor in a cage with file storage.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And where are we gonna have our long-term storage? And this was part of the conversation later, the vault has failed. You know what I mean? Like, the door has failed, it's a mess, and it's like, but if you're gonna fix a vault door, you better build a new vault, because you're gonna
You have
spend most of the money
something to
anyway.
attach the door to.
Well, even forgetting that, even if the door could just be replaced, the vault isn't adequate. You know what I mean? It doesn't have the storage that what we're required to keep in there. So it's like, all of these things, every time we look at one thing, there's 5 things that affect that before we get to it. And that's what we keep finding.
And what have you looked at just quickly for offsite storage?
We haven't looked off-site yet. Basically, the first thing I would like to do, and we talked about it, is I'm gonna talk to the Regional Planning Commission about looking for grants to do a study and include the log cabin and say, is this a feasible place to use as a town building? Or is it not?
Mhm.
And because I think we need to decide, are we gonna keep it or are we gonna sell it? Like, we can't just keep letting it sit there. Something's gotta happen. Town hall was supposed to have a renovation in a couple of years, but we're not gonna spend 300 grand to make it prettier for what we have, cause that doesn't work. And one of the biggest issue is they let the library have the downstairs. The basement level, which used to be part of town hall.
Yes.
So we actually shrunk town hall, and now we have no space.
The selectmen's
Carrie is not
office.
on there anymore?
Huh?
Carrie Ann's
No,
office.
Carrie,
right downstairs?
Carrie Ann and Monica are both down there,
They're still
but
down
that
there.
whole big room that was the children's thing was
Yeah, yeah.
part of town hall. That
Oh,
was all town hall.
that
office
happened a long
space.
time ago.
You used to have,
Not that long ago.
we used to have meeting room, police, and selectman's office.
Yeah.
Were on this end downstairs.
Right.
Okay. You could go now. Thank you.
So
There's-
yes,
There's nothing imminent, but know that there's issues here that need to be addressed.
Oh, I've already seen them and I'm staying in my lane and addressing the issues I can address as of right now.
and actually, if you
And we're gonna grow.
while you're here for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
If we were talking, when you go to the buildings and we talk about the EOC,
Yes,
and he'd be able to attest to this. One of the issues we're having is the way the sanitary sewer is set up in this building is also tied to the storm sewer. The water that goes in the police bays, that goes into to the floor drains, goes into the sewer through a 2.5-inch line, then it drops down to a 2-inch line, goes back to a 2.5 as it goes outside. But the bathrooms in the EMS office are tied to that. And the sand, there's no sand, the way to get the sand filters or anything out from here. So it eventually plugs the lines.
Who in their right mind did that?
I don't know. So the issue is those lines plug on the way out, the septic. The accepting septic tank is out there at the right end of the firehouse. But John has to go in here a couple times a year, especially out in the winter, and actually put pressure hose and blow them out. Okay, because it's so screwed up.
Yeah, we
Like-
get sewer backed up into the building now and then.
And it's all because of the sand buildup coming from the other locations in the building. So like, one of the solutions that we talk about is, do we have to actually hire somebody to put a trench drain in here that actually has a sand catch, you know, what I mean, where it has the drip.
Yeah, you need a sand trap
Yeah.
in for those.
So
drains.
like, we gotta take care of these bays, and that's just a Band-Aid to get through, but the whole thing is a mess. So, It doesn't fit ambulances, and you can't flow crap through the
It
sand.
doesn't fit. Standard
That
ambulances.
big in that-
That one really blows my mind.
So there's a lot of everything we touch, you find crap underneath.
So my question still is, can we put anything in for capital improvement without, for buildings, without having a firm plan?
Well, you could put,
Can we do that?
yes, because
Yes.
this line item that we have for the 300,000,
Yeah,
pick a number, 1.2 million, we can put it in there. I mean,
Or
that's really
even-
kind of what we're talking about.
So
It's anticipated
Right.
number.
Yeah,
Do an
yeah.
I would
anticipation.
agree with you. The answer is yes. From my last 6 years, we've had 2 or 3 large numbers in here as anticipation numbers. Not having a firm quote, not having a final design. We had numbers in there for town hall, $300,000. Highway garage, 300,000. Those were estimated, anticipated costs.
but
We
were they,
can do
were
that.
they then funded? Were
No.
they
Through-
funded?
Yes, there
Do
was a
we have
plan
money
to,
in here?
we were putting money in each year to save up toward a future expenditure of those kinds of dollars, yes. So yes, we can do it. It may not be firm, it may not be final, but it's better
I
than
think, because I
having
think,
zero and
to
pretending.
be honest with you, I think 1.2 is way low.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that number out
Trying
there.
to, if we
But
don't
I mean,
put
if you said,
anything in there.
if you said, let's put 2 million in there, and then in
Yeah.
2029, I start with a 20-year
20-year bond.
bond.
For the
And
other
then,
one,
and
yeah.
you stick it in here, and it's a placeholder for conversation.
Let me finish my answer, Tom. If the alternative is we put nothing in here for future expenditure, then we don't, then the model, this tool that Chet uses does not cause us to save enough money.
Well, I understand
And
that.
so that's why we have to
I
put
just wanna
something
know
out there.
If, first of all, is it legal? And secondly, will the voters go for it? Will they get it approved?
Well, the issue for the voters is,
hey, look, could you guys take this outside if you wanna have a conversation?
so the
Thank you.
voters is all about showing need and showing what the issues are.
Yeah,
And that's the educational piece. The issue is, if we're gonna have these trucks and they're $300,000 a piece in the back, or $1 million a piece in this office, are we gonna put them in a position where they can be properly cared for and protected? Okay, and extend the life of them, because that's kind of what it does. But there's nothing illegal. This is a plan. This is what we're shooting at right now. can change, this could become 180 degrees 2 years from now, so there's nothing. That's just, you know, a good planning option to say there's 2 million, and then we find out, well, it's 2.6, or if it's 1.5, who knows? You know what I mean, we don't know, and
But you
will
need
start
a
doing some-
basic, an estimate, a
Yeah,
good
and-
faith, I'll call it a good faith estimate.
And I would,
So you should put
in
it in.
today's world. I don't know, that's a big building, it's, okay, if I'm talking 2 million, I'm talking no heating, no. Yeah, it's just as a shell. You know what I mean, like that's an issue, if you're gonna, as soon as you start adding that stuff, we're up at 3 at minimum.
So we have surrounding communities that are looking at that size building that they've priced out, that I could share the numbers.
That would be great, and I'll throw one of them in there for our next conversation.
I know, like.
But
I
it's
was
like,
thinking of
the
everything.
thing is when you do absolutely nothing for 15 years. This is where we get to.
The fire station was built in the eighties, planning for 20 years.
I typically like to go 80,
What's that?
I like to plan for 80,
No, I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you
Because that's
saw
the
what
life of
that
the building.
building, if you saw what that building was built for,
yeah,
because that built was 75% donations.
right.
All right, so let's get back on topic here. Let's go through buildings, right?
Do you wanna go through the list, or do you wanna go through this?
I think we'll go through them both together. Let's
Okay.
just start with, we'll go through the spreadsheet, use that, and then we'll reference your building status.
Okay,
So grant, I don't know, you have a grant,
that was the grant for the,
Yeah.
That's the meeting house.
library, town office, renovate office, we have a replacement of $400,000.
Thank you, Steve.
Right, thanks, Steve. And we're thinking about doing that in 2031.
Well, I just pushed that out there because we couldn't even probably get it done that fast.
Right,
I mean, maybe, but.
Right.
And we also don't know if town hall's really even gonna be there.
right, but this was called the town hall office renovate. The office.
And
right?
we have no current construction projects going on. So what I listed was the current issues, the vault door failure. Fire alarm panel is 5 years obsolete.
Mhm.
Heating system.
Yep.
Needs some upgrades and planning. The lift door and vestibule needs to
Yep.
all be upgraded. It's kind of falling apart, not locking, and
Mhm.
town hall upgrades. We're talking about doing some minor modification. We're gonna do some painting and stuff, and we wanna take the built-in window air conditioner that goes through the wall that they just covered with things, and it still sticks out the other side of the wall, and we don't know what's happening in the middle. We're gonna do that as part of the paint job. File storage that we were just talking about, and building security. We've been looking at, trying to properly secure all of the buildings. And we just got a quote for 16 doors that they recommend that we do throughout town, and they're $2,000 each, and that comes with a key fob. Entry level, so we have controls. Things have been really kind of like the Wild West around these buildings.
How many of those doors are gonna have to be swapped out to be able to make them secure?
All of them. The 16 is the door needs to replace, not just the lock. That's why they're $2,000 a piece.
So it's 32,000.
$32,000 replaces the doors that they consider not secure. And that's front and back door of the garage. It's all the exterior doors here. It's front and back, well, it's the back door at the meeting house, the front door, because it's historic, they just gotta do a different kind of lock system. It's a couple doors at town hall. It's almost every building has doors that are just like you could get.
Well, we're talking town hall now, we're talking meeting house, we're
Talking all of them. I mean, I'm
Well-
just saying they're $2,000. When I said the 16 doors, that's not town hall, that's
Okay.
townwide.
So how many doors are there at town hall, town offices, library?
I believe it's 3 that have to be replaced for security.
Okay,
So are these maintenance items or are these
These are in
capital items?
It's a capital item if we do it and call it security, it's 32,000. If we're gonna break it all up, it becomes maintenance items. Depends on how we classify it.
Well, but then you've got your vault door failure, your fire alarm, heating system, blah, blah, blah. Isn't that all maintenance or not?
The vault door will probably be 30 or 40 grand. Fire alarm panel would be probably not a capital item, but it'll be close. Heating system would be a capital item, the vestibule and lift door would be. The town hall upgrades, no, that will be operational and file storage, that's just, we have to find a place to do it and then do whatever construction we have to do. We don't
So
know
we
any-
have
we
two
don't have any
items here
idea.
that theoretically would be,
Maintenance items,
maintenance items.
yes,
Right, and the building security, the $6,000 for the 3 doors, that's also maintenance.
yeah, we just have to put that.
Theoretically, I mean, if we treated them as, a la
If the
carte.
select board goes, said, we're gonna replace all 16 doors at once townwide, and it's just gonna be a townwide thing, it would be like, okay, security is costing us $32,000.
Mhm.
It's just how.
Well, that's a
it
little
depends on
bit
how somebody
harder, I
defines
mean,
it.
well, no, not really, because if we're putting it all in the buildings.
It's all in, it's under the same
Capital
fund.
Gotcha.
We did that, and we're doing the same thing with like the turnout gear
Mm-hmm,
at the fire department. It's like if you were buying multiples and you go over $10,000, it's, and if the whole package is.
Well, see that, yeah, this is a little different. This is, well, it's similar, but it's different in that we're talking. Different buildings, but it's under the one fund, which is known as
Right.
the building fund.
So in my view, that's
I,
up to you guys.
I understand. Right, no, I got you. No, I understand.
How you
I'm
want me to do it? 'Cause
I'm
I
just
gotta-
trying to figure out how we can, legitimize our decision here,
Right.
how we can come to a, good decision about what we want to do with it, right? So some of this is clearly, operational. And, 1-year things and others are more useful life. If we're gonna do a complete security upgrade and put in all new doors and locks and systems. That's one thing, and that will have a useful life of many years,
Right.
right?
But you're talking for total security things, upgrades, it's probably 15 to 20 years.
Mhm.
Well, we've got $400,000 in there estimated replacement. But there's nothing until 31. Can't we just move those years up and get some money in more
Well, the
like
problem.
for next year?
Well, technically, the problem becomes, and that's why we're doing a reserve fund, and I will put, when I update the numbers up top. The 400, and you noticed that the 109,000's in there for 2026 for
Yeah.
appropriation.
Yeah.
That is 50% over what we were supposed to be putting in there, because remember, we lost the 73 grand. So that's up to 109. We lost the 73, Dan, for
Yeah,
the
right,
current year,
right,
which is 0.
right.
So, but the issue becomes when you look at this $400,000,
Yeah,
you look at the carryover in 28, we're only $82,000. So if we spend that in 2027 or 28, that number is gonna go minus 300,000. So we'd have to boost that money up to make up that difference. That's the whole reason. That's what the beauty of this plan is. It tells you you gotta wait a couple of years so you have enough cash to pay for it.
okay.
So
Well, I'm not.
I mean, I actually moved that 3 years out because I went negative like $300,000 in 29 and 30. That's actually what caused that to get out to that year.
I'm not suggesting that we use all the 400, but couldn't we begin to use part of it? To get these urgent things taken care of?
Well, right now, we have $110,000. No, yeah, $110,000 minus. Not quite 110. Forget. Oh, 119,000, I'm sorry, my brain's right there.
19,471, that
Yeah.
number, right? Yeah.
We can spend that. But it's like. We gotta figure out what other things we wanna do. Yes, you can spend, like, if you wanted to spend $30,000 to do all the security this year, you could recommend that we do that. And we could actually do that now because the situation we're in with the current budget, because we had a lot of unfilled positions for the first half of the year, we could actually do that in 2025. And it's something I'm gonna bring to the select board to see if they wanna move on that now. But it may be something we don't even have to worry about for next year's budget.
With some of the other issues that we have. I think we should be moving on the security side of town hall, if nothing else.
Well, I think my thing would be town hall, EOC, and as weird as it sounds, the meeting house. Everybody on the planet knows how to break into that building, and
Oh,
there's
yeah.
always people in there. And we're liable.
and they're not people that we know are in there. So
Yeah,
it's constantly access.
we just discussed Monday night, the two problems that we've got right now.
Right.
With the meeting house is one. Door security.
Right.
And two, there's currently no form of fire system.
Correct.
In there, so without door security, that becomes more of an issue.
So it's like, you know, in my view, this is something because we have the ability. Because the one thing, when we talk about, we've not done things for 15 years, that's where we're in a situation when we have some extra money that we can. Knock some of these things off and then just put them in a plan for a normal replacement. That's highly beneficial.
Mhm.
And it's something I am gonna bring to the select board at the next meeting.
So, I have a question about two numbers on here. The first one is in the green column for the coming year. What's that 178,820 number?
That is the grant
What
monies,
is that?
that is the
Oh,
3
that's
or
the
4
grant.
different grant monies that are
Oh.
coming for the meeting house.
Thank you.
And they offset the expenditure
Thank
of 195.
Yeah, got it. And the next, my only other question so far is in the 2027 column. Warrant to capital reserve, the yellow line. Why is that only 96? That doesn't look right.
Well, it should be the split difference. It was because what happened was. When we were supposed to get the 73,000,
Right.
that was supposed to be like 80-something thousand dollars this year. We had to go to 109 to make up for the half of the lost 73.
I understand.
So the 96, that was just the previously planned number. I could go to half between 109 and 119.
Yeah,
Just split that difference.
that's what my suggestion. You should do something like that.
Okay,
That 96 just does not look right.
yeah, it was just a carry through with the original
Agreed.
numbers.
I agree. Go ahead. Good, so.
Okay, alright, well, this is somewhat confusing. Alright, so let's see what we can nail down on buildings. Let's go down to the bottom here, cause that looks pretty, the senior center roof.
That contract is happening right now.
Right, so that's
That's an expenditure for this year.
2025,
Yes.
so there should be a $44,000.
Yeah, and I kept trying to get it in there today and I got a bust in there and I gotta fix it.
That's okay. And then museum deck repair, we're gonna spend $7,000, that's already planned.
Yeah, that's already under contract.
Right, so both of those are happening in 2025.
Right.
And bathhouse fixtures. Sorry, Chip, but I gotta ask the question. What? What's the story with bathhouse fixtures? We have a bathhouse? I don't even know.
There's a bathroom on the back right that's for the beach.
Yeah.
It is. I don't even know how to describe how that's put together. And then also, the water feed is from the lake. And they have an intake like screen and it keeps getting plugged and then. There were some snails. That were smaller than the screen and they got sucked in and shut the pumps down. Every time we go down regular, the whole thing is a mess. It may get to the point where we need to take a timeout, put in porta potties. And figure out how we're gonna renovate this building. There's multiple issues. I know John just replaced the pumps. But it's like, it's over open floor, which, I think they were looking like, well, it'll drain out and stuff, but it's just. It's
That
really,
bathhouse has been a bone of contention for 35 years at least.
There was some conversation about replacing it or doing it. Because. Somebody, I think it may have been the sewer superintendent. Talked to Bergeron as a member of the Historic District Commission about what needed to be done in order to replace that little building. So I don't know if it's gone. I haven't heard anything more.
Is it just a bathroom? I mean, I've never been there.
It's a bathhouse changing. The last time they wanted to eliminate it, they had their swimming and day programs up there and they held off because they wanted it so people could change their clothes in there.
now,
So theoretically, we could shut it down. Or only use it for changing. and put in some porta potties.
That is a short-term possibility.
It's a short-term possibility, right? Okay,
But my thing would be, and this is one of the issues, that we don't have anybody at all in recreation, we don't have a commission, we don't have anything.
Hmm.
It's like, what do we wanna do there?
Mhm.
Like, we got a
Well,
lifeguard
I know
camped
some
on
of-
concrete, and it's like, we don't have a lifeguard anymore.
Yeah, I have some of the constituents saying we need better sand, so I.
You know what I'm saying, like.
They come to me and say,
I
we need
just-
better sand up there. I'm like, oh, geez, okay.
Well, I'm just saying, like, when you look at these things, and I'll tell you, and here's
That's
the.
number one priority, obviously.
Here's the rumor mill.
And something about the duck. Somebody else was screaming to me
Well,
about the
because the
duck.
water's so low, the ducks are crapping all over the water, and it's probably gonna cause.
That's part
problems.
of the cyanobacteria bloom
I
we've got
understand.
up there.
All right.
created by the
So,
ducks.
with the bathhouse, we should put something in there to do something,
Correct.
right? So the question becomes, is it a capital expenditure or is it just an operational thing to put some, porta potties in there for X number of months a year?
Yeah, that's operational. If it's a capital, it's gonna be capital if we do
And-
any work there.
If we go
If we go fix it and you say, I'm gonna be proud of this and I'm gonna walk away from it, it's still gonna be a basic bathroom, you're gonna spend money,
yeah,
realistically. 20 grand, 30 grand. The sad part is. There's rumor. Well, first of all, when John was fixing the pump a couple of months ago. He found a plaque in there that was from the heck is the name of the
noise,
foundation? It's a person's foundation that donates money, like they've done it for the
Oh,
police.
Dorothy Byrne.
Yeah, the Byrne Foundation. Congratulations on your new bathhouse. Supposedly, rumor has it that grant that we got from them was for 75 grand, and that's what we got.
Whoa, so.
That's the rumor. I have no corroboration of any sort.
alright, well,
But we got a grant to do that work. I do know a lot of
We
people
got a grant.
we got a grant to do the work, and that's what we did.
alright, so.
I mean, it's like.
In
if you
any
wanna-
event, we know that you're gonna figure out a short-term solution.
Right.
Meaning, and we don't have to worry about that really until next June, May, whatever.
Yeah.
Right, but in terms of the long-term solution for the bathhouse, do we wanna put some money in to redo that at some point in time?
Yeah, I think we do.
I think the answer is yes. Right, and you're telling me that what would be a rough, wild, stab, crazy number?
If I'm not replacing the structure, 25 or 30,000,
Alright, so if we
What
put
if
in.
we're not replacing the structure,
60 or 70.
let's go big.
Alright,
I mean,
so, let's do a, replacement for 60 grand. Alright, hopefully we can find some money for it, and let's plan on doing it when?
In my view. Well, technically, if we had the money in there this year available. If we got somebody in to say, let's see how we're gonna fix this, we could probably get it done for next spring. You know, I mean, if you really, really wanted to. If
We
not, I would.
replace the structure and everything?
No,
No.
Like do a gut and renovate, like we
A
could
gut
probably
renovate.
start in March.
Yeah.
And in a couple of months, they could have that rebuilt,
It's either gut renovate or new building,
right?
one or the other, right?
Alright, and what Tom is proposing is that we put in for a, new building, and the question is when? We could
That would
have
be, the earliest you could do that is 27.
Okay, so why don't
Earliest.
we plan on doing that in,
Well, my question to,
what's we're up to now, 25,
We're doing
26?
26 right now.
So for theoretically, if we wanted to stretch this out, we could go, if the plan would be, if somebody decided that they wanted to have a plan that said. We're just gonna use the bathhouse for changing clothes, and we're gonna put porta potties in for 2 years. 26, 27, and then by 28, we're gonna have a whole new building. That kind of works.
Yep.
Then that would get you a brand new building. And in the meantime, we could try to find a grant to fund it.
problem you've got right now,
Sir.
you've got a bathhouse that's got shower,
Hmm,
water running. That currently just goes through the floor.
right. What I'm saying is cut all the
You are
water off.
within the
Use it only-
50-foot DES setback of that lake.
There you are.
By rights, legally, we should be turning off all water in there.
Yeah.
Because anything that drains from a building must go to a certified, state-approved receptacle system.
Which
So what I'm
means we'd be-
saying, when I'm advocating, Scott, and I'm advocating to the select board at the moment, is kill the water in that building. Use it strictly as a changing facility and have 2 porta potties, and if you wanna take a shower, go home. I mean, that's ultimately, you know,
Cause the issue would be, the only way we're gonna have septic for that is to put in a pump station
right,
and run it over to the meeting.
Or-
and their wastewater.
Move the building
we'll
back,
move the building,
move the building up onto the lawn.
right? So I think, why
You
don't
have
we
me
plan on,
50 feet away.
why don't we plan on Tom's, suggestion, which is, we'll do a replacement in 2028 for $60,000.
28.
Right, and in the meantime, we'll
gotta
jury rig it
figure it
until
out.
we get there and figure it out.
Because we could move the building.
That'll
up.
start putting some money into the funds.
Yeah.
Theoretically, and if we can find a grant for it, great, we'll use the money for something else, how nice.
Yeah.
Right, we'll go back and ask the Burns people, we'll take the plaque out and say,
Well, the other,
hey, how about giving us for a new one?
well, that's, and actually another thing is,
Right, so,
and
good,
we did get, actually, what's his name? Steve just got a grant from them for stuff. From
Yeah.
the Burn Foundation, so they're not mad at us.
no,
So I
the,
have a basic question, do the toilet and sink work right
Yes.
now?
Yeah.
I don't see why we have to support a shower, we should close that off, shut it down,
well, I think it
whatever.
doesn't matter, if the water is running, the water's
Because
running.
that
The
runs-
toilet's worse than the shower.
But the toilet and the sink drain into a concrete catch basin that John empties every so often.
Is it state-approved
I'm
system?
not sure. I would think it might be, it should be.
Well, as soon as we touch it to renovate,
I'm not sure.
then we have to.
But
go
the
through
minute
the
it's in the, it runs through the floor into the
The
ground.
minute we
That's-
do any renovation in that building,
Oh.
it must meet all current building codes.
Yeah.
And the whole
I'm
building,
not suggesting
must be.
renovation, I'm suggesting
I
we
would-
for
turn
these
off
2
the
years.
shower.
Right.
We block it off,
yeah,
no showers, we don't need to provide public showers.
Well, you'll figure that out later. Okay, so we got those done. Transfer station, discuss transfer station at all?
Transfer station is just, we got the couple of buildings, we have to, we
Okay.
have money in for those already,
Alright.
so.
Good, and then, so now what do we want to do regarding the rest of these things, you know, libraries, highway barns, what's the number wants to be in there and when do we want to plan for it?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the library, town office, the recreation playground, the safety, blah, blah, blahs, any of these things.
Well, right now, the library town office, we would not spend any of that money until we have a real plan.
Right,
And we're gonna have to update in the future. Right now, 2031 is about, we don't
That's-
have any idea, and that's fine.
that's fine.
Museum, we're gonna find out what that mess is. Town garage, we already are, the current issues with the vents. DMS will be taking care of those any day now. There's 4 big vents on the sides that
Yeah.
are leaking and he's fixing those. Fire alarm system, I don't know if we're gonna put one in there, it's just we don't have one.
Yeah.
The senior center is getting replaced. I mean, the roof.
Yeah.
And the water treatment plant. That's and I excuse the pun, but it's a crap show. The pump station down on Depot Street has failed. Both pumps failed.
Ooh.
It's part of an electrical problem that evidently we knew about for a month and I found out about like 4 days ago. But we were actually Stearns was shuttling our wastewater to the plant. And we just barely got them running again, but they're only running part way. John's trying to get them fixed up. I have calls into engineering firms or sewer operations company that does this for a living and I'm trying to get them to get in here. We need to get some upgrades. Problem is, we could end up spending a lot of money, like 6 figures kind of money on a system that may not be allowed to be that in 5 years.
Question, that's water and sewer, that doesn't come out of capital improvements, does it? Should come out of.
It's out of their,
sewer.
it's out of their fund, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're still gonna be managing their capital, so it's one of those things you should be aware of. It's
Yeah.
because the fact is, they don't have any money.
Wow. Yeah. I can
And the
understand that.
town is gonna have to front this somehow, whether it's
Yeah.
a loan or whatever, but the town will be ultimately involved.
it's still town infrastructure.
Right.
often John is able to get grants to help with a lot of that stuff.
Wow,
He's
this
been
is,
pretty
this
good
is,
about that.
this is one, we gotta spend a lot of money in the next month,
Pretty quick.
or we're not gonna have.
Yeah,
anything working.
See, they've been testing, trying to determine the exact cause of the failure. They know what caused it in the electrical, but now you've got to get proof of it. If we can get proof of it, now that becomes an insurance claim.
All right, so let's just focus again on capital expenditures for us. So we've got the bottom half of this spreadsheet agreed upon pretty much. The top half is the one that seems to be up in the air in my mind. You know, the barn sheds, the replace sand salt shed, garage addition, town offices.
And those are just line items that were
And we
held in
have no
place.
plan,
Right.
but,
We don't know, like, they're not immediate needs yet, and we gotta do some planning.
right. So the question is, we got rejected for $73,000 at the warrants last year. What was that for specifically?
This fund,
No, what, but this fund.
this fund. It
That's
wasn't,
the
it
one
wasn't a
zero?
specific project. We put these items out.
And which one did they approve? They approved money for something.
They approved money for everything
Everything.
except for this.
Yeah, but what other building things were there? The
There was
senior
no-
center, was it the senior center?
No,
No.
that was in here.
That was this number here. See this
Or
zero?
weren't there two warrants? There was one for the
We
government
had to
building.
recreate.
We had to reauthorize one of them. It was a reauthorization. There was no money at
No
that.
money.
Okay.
Right.
They voted to reauthorize, but then they declined the money to fund it.
Yes,
And it was
okay.
the only one that lost, and it lost
That's
by
right.
20 votes.
So it's
Right.
that zero cell right there.
No, I
That's
know.
been a zero.
Sorry.
That's what we lost right there.
No, I know. So that was the only thing.
That was the only, the
Yeah.
73,000 for this whole fund was the
Right.
only thing on the ballot.
Right, so we've got to come back and ask for more money.
And right now I have 109, which was the 73 plus 50%.
Half of what we didn't get.
Right.
See the one on
But,
nine next
but,
year?
and that's based on 400 and 300 to do all of these items,
Right.
right, which is not nearly enough money.
Not-
Well, what you're gonna see is as soon as I put that 2 million in this other one,
Ah.
that 165,000.
Which million are you putting where?
The 2 million in for the garages.
So
Really,
where would that be? Would that be under,
It's gonna be.
Highway Garage
Highway
Edition?
Garage edition, I'm just gonna modify the title.
you're gonna say that wants to be 2 million?
Right.
That's all I wanted to know.
And if that's 2 million, you put that 60,000 in, that $165,000 appropriation is gonna go north of 250.
Yes,
Which means these numbers are gonna have to go way up.
I have a
right,
question. You're saying
understood, and then we're
garages.
gonna have to ask for more money.
Correct.
That's all I wanted to know, that's
Excuse me.
fine. Go ahead.
Time out. You're saying garages. I think I heard earlier you're talking highway and fire.
Right,
Both.
Right.
Whereas that 400, that 300 was only highway.
right.
So now you're adding the need for some more fire garages maybe.
Well.
I don't know if that
potentially.
warrants a separate line item or not, but.
No, it's
Or
basically. a
at
builder-
least, if not that, then a change in the title.
Yeah, it's gotta
It
say.
shouldn't say highway
garage.
garage edition.
It's
It
gonna-
should say
Right.
highway and fire garage editions.
Yeah, potential
you're
EOC,
gonna
it'll
increase
be,
it
it'll be
to-
highway garage and potential EOC upgrades or
Well,
additions.
I wouldn't say EOC, people think of that as this room,
Okay, fire
Fire.
department upgrades.
fire department.
Yeah, additions, okay.
If you're gonna increase the number to two
And
million,
emergency
you gotta
services.
identify
Yeah,
all.
there you go. He's-
EMS, there you go.
Emergency services.
Yeah,
EMS and fire, because we always put those separate.
correct.
And when
Yes,
people
we
see
do.
fire, they'll be
Yeah.
more likely to say, okay,
Yeah.
we got, all right, so that's good. So that's
where
that
we
for
are today.
Bill.
And we can do the highway paving plan has not changed. Since we talked about it in the past, so that, if we can, you look at it, we have any questions, we can go over that more next week.
That's
The only
fine.
thing I have to do is, as the bond rates change, I'm gonna be modifying the payment schedule. And then,
So road reconstruction is same.
yeah, the far as what roads we're doing, what the cost of the roads are, hasn't changed. The only thing that will change is a little bit of the funding timing.
All right, so, bridges,
Bridges have
Yeah,
not
at the
changed
moment.
really in essence, because we have all the bridges in. And these are all grant funded, with the exception of the 50,000 we have to do for the renovations. And we need a $65,000
Mhm.
increase, and this, I would leave this one flat because we have time. We gotta get to $100,000 for annual appropriations, but we're doing the split, and I would that one's gonna be a simple one to leave alone. So basically, that doesn't change anything.
I
just
guess
bought
I
the
didn't
car.
understand any of that.
Okay,
That went too fast.
Okay. there you go.
Try it again.
If you look at the bottom of estimated replacement. $100,000 set 979.
No, I don't see it. Where?
This
Very bottom
Oh,
all
line,
on the left.
yes.
On the left.
right down here.
Oh, okay, it shows up again up here.
Yeah.
That's why I was.
Well, that's when we get to it. So that is the
Yeah.
bridge fund recommended appropriation.
Got it.
Okay,
I understand that.
so currently for the 2026, we have $65,920 assumed we were gonna put in that. Okay, I'm saying based on the fact that we haven't changed anything. And the bridges are funded and we have enough money in the bridge fund. We're only gonna leave that number what we planned it originally, the 65,000,
Right,
and nothing else changes on the sheet. Nothing
Okay.
changes on the sheet.
all right,
So that's one sheet that gets no changes.
all right.
Highway will be modified a little bit just when I modify the payment schedules. But it won't change the appropriation timing, it'll just change
Mhm.
that number, and I gotta add that second line for the appropriation.
All right, recreation, we have nothing.
I don't know of anything that we have to do, like, I have no idea what to do with recreation, I don't know what we're
I thought
doing.
We're gonna hire somebody to be
Well,
recreation.
we had somebody who was looking to do it and then they bailed. And we're gonna probably have to at some point, and this is a budget committee conversation. You know, if we're gonna hire somebody, what are we gonna pay them? And are we gonna have a little recreation commission and we just have to get this stuff instituted? Like, we have $12,000, I think, in the fund for
Yeah.
recreation. Maybe it needs to be 20 or 18 and we pay them 10 or 12,000. It's $1,000 a month.
I
Yeah,
can
well,
tell you recreational directors and motivators are very hard to come by
Yes.
and try to keep them.
Maybe I'll do it. I love recreation.
Mechanics
It's a lot of
too.
fun.
Yeah, all right,
You have to deal
so,
with Monica a lot though.
what?
Probably have to deal with Monica a lot.
Even better,
You sure?
yeah,
You don't know her as well as I do.
no, I don't, but that's okay.
So as a question, where are the bond payments shown on the paving plan? They should be.
Okay, if you look, and it's this, okay,
I don't think I've seen
Just
it.
But they're
before we
there.
go there, wish let me get one more quick thing in, cemeteries? Do we have any?
cemeteries, the cemetery commission formed
Yeah.
about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
They are doing a tour
of
and
cemeteries,
making lists.
Okay.
I don't have anything
I
on their list
saw
yet.
that, yeah, so that's something that we're gonna have to hear from
We'll have to
them
hear that on whatever the last meeting is pretty
next,
much.
next,
Or
next
the next
meeting,
one.
maybe,
Yeah, I'll see what they
I'll
have.
put it in there and we'll see.
That's,
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen by next meeting because we won't have them all toured even.
Okay. Well, I'll put it in there and then we'll change it,
and as far as, and what I will say is,
it's okay,
I
never
don't
know,
know. The budget committee is gonna wanna talk to them.
sure,
Because I don't know how much of what they have to do is gonna be in the capital plan.
mm-hmm,
You know, most of it is, I need $15,000 or $20,000 for big expenses, like, we had a $9,000 tree removal,
right,
we had no money. You know what I mean, like, we need something in there to take care of something big, I understand there's a cemetery out on Fernwood, and it's like, it washes out all the time, well, if we have to go rebuild the roads. The material should at least be charged to the cemetery line. You know what I mean, that kind of thing.
alright. So
So
right now, we don't know anything,
we
and
don't know.
hopefully we'll have something before we're done,
Yes,
okay, good.
This is one of the things that. One, I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get the cemetery trustees all there.
Hmm,
We've got one that's giving us a problem.
fine,
Well, we're reaching that point. Where,
yeah, hey,
and
you
you,
know,
and
Joe,
you've worked with that person. On one of your budget committees,
who's that?
Ellie.
Ellie,
Ellie's been she hasn't been
I
doing.
asked for her to be appointed because of her
how have
past
you tried to contact Ellie?
experience.
It's been emails, but then she sends back, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong.
You know,
She has yet to even come down to get sworn in. And she told me she will not attend a meeting until everything is legally posted and stuff. I said, this is why I wanted you there to help make sure this got done. Well, I'm not coming until it's done. So I've got 3 other
well,
people.
it can be difficult,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
You're proposing.
but I've got.
well, it's true, but you know, she's also very helpful in other
Yes.
areas, so, you know, I
She
mean.
can be.
She's just like everybody in this room. We all could be helpful, but we're also a pain in the, you know what, sometimes.
So
Me,
Huh? Even you, Tom, even you.
I've got three people
Alright,
who essentially know nothing about this, that we're trying to get up to speed
sure,
and build a budget at the same time, because
okay,
I've got two out of the three that don't even know where all the cemeteries are.
yeah, me either. Alright,
Wow.
I don't wanna know. Alright, so, okay, the other thing I wanted to bring up, so we will work
Before
on
you move on,
cemeteries, yeah, go
Highway,
ahead.
back to the.
Alright, go ahead.
Highway plan.
Okay, if
It
you look,
looks to me that in the
there's-
numbers, we should have the lease payment.
Oh,
I mean, the
they are
bond
there.
payments.
I
Do you know
know,
which is not on there?
it's okay.
Go ahead.
if you look at
Kelly.
the three roads that are involved in the bond,
Yeah,
Goose Pond Road,
right.
River Road, and Switch Road.
Oh, are
They,
those
they,
the bond
those are,
payments?
those are broken out for each.
Peace,
each
peace,
bond.
got it. Right, yeah. I
Okay.
see that now, makes sense.
Alright, I only have two other topics, the CIP website. Claude and I are working on trying to get that done with Monica. There's links that are failed, there's things that are not there. There's some things that it's just not working properly. So Claude and I are trying to put together all the documents so that we can have them. In one place, and he sent me most of what he has. There's also the descriptions that go on from that thing. I'm just gonna go through it real fast. Claude, you've seen this before, right? But the overview section.
No, you
No.
didn't send it to me.
No, I didn't, but
Not
it's
yet.
on the website.
Oh, on
The
website,
overview
yes,
says
yes,
that
yes.
there's a 6-year, program for the next 6 years.
Right.
The annual plan says 6
That's what
years.
we always show you.
Yeah, all of these, no, over the next 5 years, so that should be 6 years, is that correct?
The way this
Just
plan
hang
is,
on.
Yeah,
Right?
that looks like a mistake.
Yeah, there should be 6, that's
That's-
fine. That's the 6 year,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so that's good, so we're gonna get all that straightened out, we got all the dates, numbers right. All of these numbers, you and I should take a look at these,
All right, well,
I'll
I'll be
send-
glad to
I'll
help
talk to
you
you
when you're
about
ready.
it.
Yep, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
okay? And then we have several sets of documents, we have something called working copies of documents for 2023. What?
It was the mechanics report, that's all it was.
Yeah, I
I know
know,
that.
so, but do we really want that?
I don't know. You can decide. We can decide. You can talk about it.
I think that we
Do you
should
need
have,
the mechanics
you know,
report 2023 on the website? I don't know.
yeah, I would like to see documents. We should have some kind of documents, maybe.
We have the annual report for that year.
Right,
Once a year is 3 years ago. Is that all you need? The annual
well,
report?
my thing is if I were gonna put this on the website,
yeah.
when you guys make your final, this is the plan we're gonna present,
Mhm.
The annual report.
that should be put up there. which
Yeah.
would
Oh,
be this,
absolutely.
the report, the mechanics report, everything that went into that. But I don't wanna give them like 15 versions of this.
Oh, no,
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 it's just
no,
gonna
no,
be,
no,
no,
that's
no,
what
no,
he's
no,
saying
no,
that.
these are just the actual,
But even the
uh,
mechanics report,
you know.
That could be up there.
I think the mechanics report is yes.
Yes,
all
I
right,
think
it
that's
will
an
be up there.
important
I
thing, and I
wouldn't, but
think that
that's all right.
and I think that the
Look at that.
buildings status report is also gonna go in there,
yes.
right?
all right.
So we're gonna have the
Yeah.
mechanics, the buildings, and then we're gonna have the actual approved the plans.
Oh, it's the annual report. That
Yeah,
has
the annual
final
report,
approved
yeah,
plan.
annual.
Called
report.
the annual report.
So those are the 3 items that we're gonna put in there, does that make sense?
And when, as
everybody?
soon as it's done, this will be up there that people can actually view it if they want.
Yeah, that's but okay,
I think it's a great idea, because I think last time it was ever put on, everything was really put on there was back in 21. So,
alright, so we'll get that, and then we have, the next section has. CIP purchases from 2017 through 2021, along with nice pictures. Do we want to keep that?
up to you.
Thoughts?
I would say that technically if we gave them this and explained it, it shows when things are bought, because it has the years on for the whole group.
Yeah. Alright, but I think we should have some version of what we're either have bought recently or, you got any
Seems
thoughts?
to me you gotta put some sort of a time limit on it, though, say in the
Yeah.
last 5 years or the last 3 years or the
I
last
like 3.
8 years.
3 is enough.
Or whatever, this is
So
still
figure 17, you're talking 8 years.
Yeah. So I think
Purchase.
3. the last one is 2021, by the way, so there's
Correct.
no,
Correct.
so. I think 3 years
That's
rolling.
enough.
Alright, so let's do 3-year
I'm
rolling,
okay with 3 years.
okay. Good,
In the same way with, the mechanics report, okay, well, how long you wanna keep the mechanics report?
sure,
3 years, 5 years? I
Yeah,
mean,
cause that can, mechanics report tomorrow can be different.
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, but I think in some ways the mechanics reports supports some of the purchases that are being made.
well, it does, but you're gonna keep it for 20 years?
No, I think, I think you're correct, 3
Well,
years sounds like
well,
about
once
the
you
right
make-
number.
You make a
Right.
replacement mechanics report on that replaced piece is gone. Should be gone.
I would say that it's an annual,
Yeah.
it's the annual
Just keep
mechanics.
the
report.
annual,
And simply
Current one, you
because,
mean the one for the current
because,
year?
because everything that's bad last year will still be bad this year. If we still have it.
Only to keep the current one.
so mechanics is one,
You pessimist.
buildings will be one,
Pessimist,
and annual plans will be,
looking for perfection here.
You mean the annual report?
yeah,
Yeah.
annual report, maybe.
You want,
10
I
It's
haven't
gonna be in
gone back at
archive.
least 8.
Alright, so whatever we
I
can
think
put
I
together,
sent you 3 or 4,
yeah,
whatever
you
you
did,
asked for.
we'll
But I have
figure that out.
I have some other ones if we need them, I think, going back about 8 years.
Okay. And then, Monica, once we get this over the next week or so, then we'll sit down with you and see if we can. There is one thing that, on the website in general, with all of the committees, you have agenda. And then you have minutes.
No,
And-
it's one link, agenda and minutes. That's my problem.
No, I'm saying when you actually get down to the bottom thing, the way it works is there's agenda, minutes, and then downloads, right, of
Yeah.
videos,
Yeah.
Yep.
right? Go ahead, Claude. Tell them what you
Well,
think.
Well, I'd ask you a question, agendas, last year's agendas and the year before, and the year before, nobody cares.
That's
Agendas are gone. Just the minutes come. Can that link be changed to be just the link for minutes?
Yeah.
Because the only agenda we need on the website is the current one
Yes.
for the next meeting. Can we do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
She said we can do that.
Well, I think
We don't need
generally,
old agendas.
Agendas can be flipped through them.
yeah,
to-
I think his
to-
point. His point is very valid in my mind, meaning. All of the committees are based off of agenda is really the. Key starting point, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think we necessarily wanna take that apart and rip it all apart, but. So we need to figure out somehow, because you wanna have minutes going back forever,
As long as you can, yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's actually what happened.
Right, that's what's
So
important.
we'll have another conversation about that, at some point in time, but we're gonna take a look at that, and maybe you gotta, I don't know where who's in charge of the website ultimately? We can do anything we want, you and me and Crazy Flood, we can. Okay, look out.
You guys go down there, sit and close the
You
door.
guys are in trouble now. All right, any other business? Is there any other
I have a
business?
que-
for
yeah,
now?
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
This was last year's, you brought it so you could reference it. Are
Right.
you getting prepared to do one for the current year?
Not yet.
An overall assessment like that? Not yet, but you are.
The answer is yes,
Get there,
because that 116 number may change because,
Oh, it's gonna
Oh.
change.
Oh, yeah.
well, it's supposed to stay the same for the 5 years. The issue is now we've had modifications which changed the overall appropriation, so that 116 might become 132.
So.
You know what I mean? So whatever
I'm just
that is,
wondering,
so-
You're gonna be working
Upgrading
on
all of that, yes.
an updated version of this.
I just don't have any numbers to put in it yet.
All right.
Want to end the meeting?
No, I wanna ask for if anybody wants to make any other business. And if not, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second,
You're late.
I thought we were at 6 o'clock.
second,
This is the CIP.
all those
Yeah.
in favor of adjourning, aye,
I.
Aye.
aye, thank you very much, meeting's closed.
Good, I'm done. I can go home.